session, I want to ask 2 questions. If you agree, please raise your hand. First, have you ever felt struggling to find your ways in your 20s? Thank you. The next question. Have you ever felt lost in track about imagining who do you want to be in the future? Thank you for your cooperation. Just now, you probably realized that even in this place, it is not only you who are struggling. Perhaps people sitting right next to you, in front of you, or people who didn't even raise their hands also facing the same situation. So for today's talk is how we don't have to deal alone in this journey of life. All right, let's start. So we are all try our best to find happiness in this life. Or let's take the discussions into a deeper level. We are all gathered here in an endless quest to discover our meaning of life, the meaning of life. And let us keep this in mind. Our goal is to find the purpose of life and find happiness. But let's start first with duality, fascinating duality of identity. What is duality? Have you ever noticed when you interact with other people, we often showing different sides of ourselves? So social identities, the one we shared with the world, can sometimes be drastically different with our private identities, the one we experience when we're alone. And this is a very universal phenomenon. Why? Because it's a part of us being human. And in Japan, you may be familiar with the word honne to tatemae. So why do I start the discussions with the duality? Because duality is one way for us to, saving ourselves from some problems when we socialize with other people. And if we don't get stressed in socializing, at least we're one step ahead in order to achieving happiness. But then there's also an impact from it. Big questions pop out within yourself. Am I being authentic? Or do I even know who I am? And all of this leads to self-doubt and confusion. And I will talk about these topics in more detail later. So let's move on to our main topics for today, quarter-life crisis. I am very sure a lot of people in this venue have heard of this word before. So quarter-life crisis is a mysterious time that a lot of people went through in their 20s until early 30s. You may start asking yourself, like, what is the point of my life? Am I on the right path? It's a bit like you're searching for clues about who you are and what you want to do in this life. To make it sound even simpler, it's a period when you're desperate to search for your own soul. So why does it affect people in their 20s and 30s? These are the several reasons. It's the transition to adulthood, career uncertainty, you don't know what do you want to be, you don't know where do you want to start a job, and the next is relationship issues, finding a long life partner, friendships, family or relatives, a lot of things. And lastly, about financial pressure. And also, research from Lincoln Press Rooms found that 75% of people aged 25 until 33 have experienced quarter-life crisis. And as you can see on the graph, the top 59% of people felt unsure what to do next in their career life. And the second 54% of people are also frustrated. So I think that this is a very relatable number for you and me. Why? Because since primary school until university, we know what we want to achieve in this life. We know what to do. We have a goal, right? For example, we study hard to get good grades. We actively participate in club activities, representing school, and then teaching our junior members. If you want to search for a job after high school, you have to fill out your CVs. You probably go to volunteer, blah, 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 a lot of things. And if you have a dream university, for example, you want to go to Doshisha, we aim to get a high grades in entrance exam, right? But after achieving all of these goals, small goals, step by step, it shapes who we are today. But after entering the school and then starting the job, don't we often ask, what's next? It's hard to find an answer. Why? Because we had no idea and we don't know where to start. And on the top of that, society seems to motivate us that we could be anyone. We could be anyone in this world. But they don't really tell us how we could be something that we want, right? But yeah, also then I think that the quarter life crisis and duality, the concept of both of them is related. Why? Because it reflects the inner struggle to find one's true self and also meet the expectations of society. But then once again, duality and quarter life crisis is also a common phenomenon. 75% of people have experienced this. So we can think that quarter life crisis is also a part of us being human. But to solve this problem, I think it is important to recognize that everyone has different facets in life, and this realization can lead to a path to self-discovery and a new source of challenge in this critical stage of life. So enough for the theories and numbers. Right now, I want to share my experience as well as my ideas. So approximately 1 month ago, I finally turned 20 years old, which means I could legally drink alcohol right now. But, well, that's not it. So before blowing out the candles on my birthday cake, I hope that in my 20s, I could discover what I want to do. I could have a clear direction in my life and could be blessed to others. So, yeah, many people might think that I'm so happy. I am so enjoying my life. Cheerful, easygoing, a lot of things. But on the other side, a lot of people might not realize that I often struggle too. And I'm not showing it. Why? Because I'm happy because, I get the image that I don't make life sounds difficult to others. And my family or relatives would know that I don't show my feelings in order to maintain this image. Well, I get angry sometimes, even complaining all day, but I don't show it. Again and again, a concept of duality. But then, about 2 weeks ago, I called my cousins. It's a very long time since we've talked to each other about life progress. And at that time, I was very stressed and very overwhelmed about my life on the campus. And she said this: "You work so hard all the time that you don't need to. Why don't you take some time off? Just breathe and relax." Well, thanks to her, I got a time to break and ponder, and I think I finally found how to get through my 20s. So first, how about we embrace our unique self without comparing ourselves to other people? Recognize that everyone has their process and their time, and don't criticize easily. Second, to connect deeply with others through open communications. Share your feelings as well as listen to them, avoid stereotypes, and embrace diversity. And value the opportunity to exchange opinions with others as well. By doing so, I think we could make our relationships last longer. And these two approaches also creates a supportive environment to overcome personal challenges and also spread positivity to influence other people as well. So, quarter-life crisis is a part of self-growth and it's a part of self-growth, yeah. And since we are on a journey, and it's all about finding your way through the maze that is life, just enjoy all the process. Because all of these hardships that you went through right now, it's going to shape your character. Well, going back to the slides, on a third point, the most important things is to listen to others as well. Your 5 minutes of listening to others people's stories might be the reasons why they want to fight again for their life. And in contrast, you as a listener, when you notice that, okay, I saved this people's life, it would encourage you to add more 1% of effort to be a better person, to be a blessing for other people and for yourself as well. Since no one knows what future holds, just enjoy now. Cherish the now and face any difficulties with courage and curiosity. Enjoy your life to the fullest and be grateful about a lot of people that supporting you. And to conclude, quarter-life crisis is a very challenging part on this 20 until 30s, but don't worry. Ask for help, or if you notice changes around you, be the one to offer it. This could be a turning point to a more bright and more authentic future. And we can also understand the meaning of life, move forward closer to the happiness we think we deserve. We are on our way to creating ourselves. We got this. Thank you.